College entrance test, math reviewer. So part 1, we have 10 items. So this can be for UPCAT, PUPSET, USTET, ASET, and any college entrance test. Okay, so let's start. So post the video for every problem. So we have 10 items. So let's start. Number 1, divide a cubed minus 12a squared plus 32a minus 15 by a minus 3. So we can solve this by long division or by synthetic. So let's use synthetic division. So the much easier solution. So just write the numerical coefficients of each term. So we have a cubed. So we have 1. And then minus 12a squared. So just write negative 12. And then we have positive 32. And then we have negative 15. So the synthetic divisor, just equate the a minus 3. A minus 3 equals 0. Solve for a. So add 3 to both sides. So therefore a is equal to 3. The synthetic divisor is 3. Okay? So just bring down the first term. So bring down 1 and then multiply this to the synthetic divisor. So 1 times 3. So we have positive 3. And then add this. So negative 12 plus 3, we have negative 9. Multiply again. So negative 9 times 3. So that is equal to negative 27. Add 32 plus negative 27. We have positive 5. And then last, 5 times 3. So we have positive 15. And then negative 15 plus 15 is 0. So the remainder is 0. Okay, so now put back the variable. So the variable, so the last term, this is the constant. Then we have here a, and then for this, we have a squared. Okay, and then therefore, the final answer is a squared minus 9a, and then we have positive 5. So the correct answer is letter D, a squared minus 9a plus 5. Next number, number 2. Find the roots of the equation a squared plus 6a minus 5 equals 0. So we have 3 solutions or 3 methods in solving roots of quadratic equation. So we can try factoring, completing the square, and quadratic formula. So let's try first the factoring. Factors of negative 5. So we only have one pair, 5 and 1. So we have positive 5 and negative 1. Or since this is negative, so we have negative 5, positive 1. Then add this, positive 5 plus negative 1, we have positive 4. Negative 5 plus 1, that is equal to negative 4. The sum should be positive 6. Since we only have positive 4 and negative 4, that means factoring is not applicable for this type of quadratic equation. So let's try to use completing the square or the quadratic formula. So the quadratic formula, x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. Okay? Or try the completing the square. So in completing the square, we first step, we move the constant to the other side. So therefore, we have a squared plus 6a is equal to negative 5 will become positive 5. So in this type of example, I will use completing the square because this is easier because the middle term is even. If the middle term is even number and the coefficient of a squared is just no coefficient or we have 1, it's easy to use the completing the square. Okay? Because in completing the square, we just divide this, the middle term. We just divide that. So we have b over 2 square. So we need to add the b over 2 square on both sides. Okay? So the b is 6. So we have 6 divided by 2 squared. So 6 divided by 2, we have 3. And then 3 squared, that is equal to 9. So we need to add 9 to both sides. Now we can express this as square of binomial. So square root of a squared, we have a. Square root of 9, we have 3. And then the sign should be the sign of the middle term, we have positive. So a squared plus 6a plus 9 is equivalent to a plus 3 squared. And that is equal to 5 plus 9, we have 14. Next, remove the square by extracting the square root of both sides. So cancel this. So we have a plus 3 equals plus or minus square root of 14. Then last step, subtract 3 on both sides. So therefore, the final answer, a is equal to negative 3 plus or minus square root of 14, and that is letter C. If we use the quadratic formula, so we have a is equal to 1, B is equal to 6, and then C equals -5. Just substitute this 1, 6, and -5 to this quadratic formula, and then we will get same answer, -3 plus or minus square root of 14. Okay, so next, number 3. Calculate the roots of the equation. 3a to the fourth minus 5a cubed minus 10a squared plus 20a minus 8 equals 0. So we can use the rational zero theorem. The possible roots of these are the factors of the last term divided by the factors of the leading coefficient. So what are the factors of 8? We have 1, 2, 4, and then 8. So that is positive or negative. And then factors of 3, we have 1 and 3. Okay? So therefore, the possible zeros are 1, 2, 4, 8, and 1/3, 2/3, 4/3, 8 over 3. Okay, so we will just use synthetic division in solving this. As you can see in the choices, all have -2 and +2. Therefore, we have roots -2 and +2. So let's try 2 in synthetic division. Okay, so just write the coefficient. So we have 3. Next is -5. Next is -10. Next is 20. Next is -8. Then synthetic divisor, we can try 2 and -2. So we can put the 2 here. Okay. So bring down 3. Multiply 3 times 2, we have 6. Add -5 plus 6, we have +1. Multiply 1 times 2, we have 2. Add this -10 plus 2, we have -8. Multiply -8 times 2, we have -16. Add, we have +4. Multiply again 4 times 2, we have +8. And then add, the remainder is 0. Therefore, 2 is a factor. Okay, so 2 is a factor, is a root or a solution. And then let's try -2. Again, because on the choices, all have -2 and +2. So now, let's try -2. Okay, so let's try -2. Okay, so I'll put -2 here. So just continue this. Bring down 3. Multiply. 3 times -2, we have -6. And then add 1 plus -6, we have -5. Then multiply -5 times -2, that is equal to +10. Add -8 plus 10, we have +2. Multiply 2 times -2, that is equal to -4. And then we have a remainder of 0. Now we can solve this. It is now quadratic equation. Quadratic expression since we have 3 terms. So this is equal to 3a squared minus 5a plus 2 equals 0, which we can solve by factoring. Okay? Factor 3a squared. So the factors are 3a and a. Factor +2. So we only have 2 and 1. So this is by trial and error. We can put 2 here or 2 here and then 1 here. Okay? So let's put 2 here and then 1 on the other. So +2, the sign should be both negative because the middle term is -5a. Okay, so now let's multiply this -2 times a. We have -2a. And then the outer, 3a times -1, we have -3a. Then add this -2a minus 3a equals -5a. Okay, which is the middle term. Since it satisfies the middle term, therefore, we got the correct factors of 3a minus 2 and a minus 1. Now equate each factor to 0. So we have 3a minus 2 equals 0, and then a minus 1 equals 0. So add 1 to both sides, so therefore a equals 1. And then for this, add 2 to both sides. So we have 3a equals 2. Divide both sides by 3. Therefore, the value of a is 2/3. So the solutions are 2/3, 1, and then -2, and -2 and +2. So therefore, we have the correct answer is letter C. 2/3, 1, -2, and +2 are the roots of the equation. Next, number 4. Which of the following equations are parallel and perpendicular to 3x minus y equals 2? So if we have equation ax plus by, equals C, the equation of the parallel line of the equation of the lines parallel to this is equation of parallel line is AX plus BY equals any number. Any number, let's say K. Okay? So if they have same AX and BY and then equals another number except from these two, then the equations are parallel. And then for perpendicular, the equation of the lines perpendicular to the given, we just interchange the coefficients. So we have x and y, interchange this a and b. So b will be the coefficient of x, a will be the coefficient of y, and then from positive, that will become negative, equals any number, let's say k. Okay? So therefore, applying that concept, the equation of the parallel line should be also 3x minus y. So letter A, this is wrong. We must have 3x minus y. Letter B, so we must have 3x. So therefore, letter B is wrong. Letter C, we have negative 3x, but we should have 3x. And then for letter D, we have x, so this is also wrong. So that means the only possible answer is letter C. Because we have 3x and negative 3x, we can multiply these both sides by negative 1. So this will become negative will become positive, so 3x. Y times negative 1, we have negative y equals 2 times negative 1, we have negative 2. So therefore, it satisfies the condition. So we have 3x minus y and then 3x minus y equals any number. Okay? So the correct answer is letter C. So let's just verify the other perpendicular. So we have 3x minus y equals 2. So just interchange the coefficient, the numerical coefficient. So this has 1. Just interchange, put 1 here, and then put 3 here, and then change the sign from negative. This will become, okay, this is 3. From negative, it will become positive equals any number. So therefore, we have x minus 3y, okay, x or x plus 3y equals any number, that is 6. Therefore, C is the correct answer. So next, number 5. The real number line indicated by the dash line. So this is the real number line, the dash line, is shown in the illustration. Which of the following is the correct interval notation as indicated by the tick arrows? So tick arrows, so this is the tick arrow. Okay? So what is the interval notation indicated by the tick arrow? Okay, so this circle, if the endpoint has shade, that means A is included. In interval notation, if this point is included, we use bracket symbol if the endpoint is included in the interval. And then for this one, there is no shade, so that means B is not included. Okay? Not included in the interval. And if the endpoint is not included, we use parentheses. Okay? So therefore, from left to right, so this is negative infinity up to A. Okay? A is included, so we use bracket. Okay? And then we have two solutions, the left side and then the right side. So therefore, we have two solutions. The answer should be union. So letter A and letter B are both wrong because of the symbol intersection. Okay? So we have both of these are correct, negative infinity up to A. And then B is not included because it has no shade. It has no shade. So therefore, B is not included. We use the symbol parenthesis. So therefore, the correct answer is letter D. Negative infinity up to A. A is included. Union, B up to positive infinity. B is not included. Okay? So next, number 6. K minus 3 is less than 5K plus 7 is less than or equal to 2 has a solution set of. Okay, so we have two solutions here. So let's solve this first. So we have K minus 3 less than 5K plus 7. And then for the other, so we have 5K plus 7. So we have 5K plus 7 less than or equal to 2. Okay, so just solve this. Combine the K. So subtract K to both sides. Okay, so this will cancel out. So we have negative 3 is less than 5k minus k. We have 4k plus 7. Put 7 to the other side. So subtract 7 to both sides. So this will cancel out. Negative 3 minus 7, we have negative 10 is less than 4k. To solve for k, divide both sides by 4. And then we reduce that to lowest term. K is greater than, reduce this to lowest term, divide both by 2. So we have negative 5 over 2. Negative 5 over 2 is less than k, or that's the same with k is greater than negative 5 over 2. So in number line, okay, so in number line, so we have negative 5 over 2. Let's say negative 5 over 2 is here. So we have k is greater than negative 5 over 2. So it points to the right side. So therefore, and then there's no equal sign here. Therefore, negative 5 over 2 is not included in the solution. So therefore, this is the solution set for this part. And then let's solve this. 5k plus 7 is less than or equal to 2. So subtract 7 on both sides. Cancel this. 5k is less than or equal to 2 minus 7, we have negative 5. Divide both sides by 5. So therefore, the value of k is less than or equal to negative 1. So let's say negative 1 is here. So we have equal sign. So that means negative 1 is included in the solution set. And it points to the left. Now, what is the intersection of these two inequalities? So these are the intersection from negative 5 over 2 up to negative 1. Negative 1 is included. So this is the solution set on the number line. In interval notation, that is letter A, negative 5 over 2 up to negative 1. Okay? So next, number 7. What is the midpoint of segment with endpoints 5, negative 3 and 1, negative 6? So the formula for midpoint, so the symbol for midpoint, we have x bar, y bar. So the formula for that is x sub 1, just the average of the two x and y. X sub 1 plus x sub 2 divided by 2. And then y sub 1 plus y sub 2 divided by 2. So in this example, this is x sub 1. Or we can interchange this. This can also be x sub 1, y sub 1. Or we can use any of the 2 points. So this is x sub 1, y sub 1, and the other is x sub 2, y sub 2. Just substitute to the formula. So we have 5 plus 1 divided by 2. And then the other, we have negative 3 plus negative 6. So let's just write negative 6 divided by 2. Simplify 5 plus 1, that is equal to 6. Divided by 2, we have 3. Negative 3 minus 6, so we have negative 9 over 2. Okay, it's already in the choices. The correct answer is letter A, 3, negative 9 over 2. Next, number 8. Okay, radical. Simplifying radical. So we can change this to rational exponent. So according to rational exponent, we have, if we have cube root of nth root of x, that is equal to x raised to 1 over n. Okay? But first, let us distribute the radical. If we have square root of a over, or if we have square root of a over b, that is equal to square root of a over square root of b. Okay? So let's just distribute this. So we have square root of xy over square root of cube root of xy. Okay? So now let's convert this to rational exponent, nth root of x. So this can be written as xy raised to 1/2. Okay? And then for the denominator, so we have square root. So we have, or express this first, cube root of xy, that is xy raised to 1/3. And then we have another radical, square root. So that is xy raised to 1/3 and then raised to square root. So that is in rational exponent 1/2. Okay? And then let's distribute this. So we have xy raised to 1/2 over, multiply this. So we have xy raised to 1/3 times 1/2 is 1/6. And then we apply the law of exponent, a to the m over a to the n, that is equal to a to the m minus n. Okay? We have same base of xy. both have xy. So just subtract the exponent. So we have 1/2 minus 1/6. Okay? So therefore, this is now equal to xy raised to 1/2 minus 6. So we can convert 1/2 to 3/6 to make this similar. Okay? Multiply both by 3. So 1/2 is now equivalent to 3/6. And then 3/6 minus 1/6 is equal to 2/6. When reduced to lowest term, divide both by 2, that is equal to 1/3. So final answer is xy raised to 1/3, and then put it back to radical form. So put it back to radical form. Xy raised to 1/3 is equal to cube root of xy, which is letter B. Next, number 9. Find the value of x. So we have square root of x minus 3 equals square root of x minus 3. Okay, so to solve this, we can use trial and error. Or if we want to solve this using algebra, we can just we must eliminate the radical sign. So first step, to remove this radical sign, we need to square both sides. Okay? Square both sides. Square, square and square root, that can be canceled out. So we have x minus 3 equals, apply the square of binomial, a minus b squared, that is equal to a squared minus twice the product of the first and second. So minus 2ab plus square of the last term, b squared. So let's apply that. So square the first term. So we have square root of x squared minus 2ab. So we have 2 times a. So that is square root of x. And then times the last term, 3, plus the 3 square. Okay? Simplify. X minus 3 equals square root of x square. We can cancel the square root and the square. So we have x. Minus 2 times 3, we have 6 square root of x, plus 3 squared, or 3 times 3, we have 9. Simplify, combine like terms. When we subtract x to both sides, so the x can be canceled out. And then we have negative 3 equals negative 6 square root of x plus 9. Since negative 6 square root of x, the sign of this is negative, we can put this to the other side to make it positive, and then at the same time, negative 3 to the other side. So negative 6 square root of x will become positive 6 square root of x. Negative 3 put to the other side will become positive 3 plus 9. 3 plus 9, that is 12. And then just copy 6 square root of x, divide both sides by 6. So therefore, the value of square root of x is equal to 12 divided by 6, we have 2. Finally, remove the radical symbol by squaring both sides. Therefore, the value of x is 2 squared, that is equal to 4. But in solving radical equation, after finding the value of x, we need to substitute it to the original equation to see if that satisfies the original equation. So when x is equal to 4, we have square root of 4, square root of 4 minus 3 equals square root of 4 minus 3. Square root of 4, that is 2. Then square root of 4 minus 3, that is square root of 1. Square root of 1 is equal to 1. 2 minus 3 equals negative 1. So 1 is not equal to negative 1. That means 4 is not a solution. Since there is no other value of x, therefore the answer to this is letter D, no solution. Okay? Then last number, number 10. Solve for the solution of the radical equation. Cube root of x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals x plus 2. Okay, so again, we need to eliminate this radical. So cube root, so we need to cube both sides. Okay? Cube both sides, so we can cancel the cube and the cube root. So we're left with x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals, let's use the formula for this. The formula, we have a plus b cube, that is equal to the cube of the first term, a cube, plus 3 square of the first term, a squared, times b, plus 3 a, and then square of the second term, b squared, plus the cube of the last term, plus b cube. Okay? So let's apply that to this. So this is a, and then the b is 2. Okay? So let's substitute to the formula. So we have x cubed plus 3 square of this. So we have x squared times the second term, we have 2 plus 3. The first term, x, times square of the second term, we have 2 squared, plus cube of the last term, we have 2 cubed. Okay, let's just simplify. So we have x cubed plus 2 times 3, we have 6x squared, plus square first, 2 squared is 4, times 3, we have 12x, plus 2 times 2 times 2, we have 8. Just copy x squared plus 4x plus 4. Make the left side 0. Subtract x squared on both sides. So subtract x squared on both sides. So this will cancel out. Subtract 4x on both sides. Subtract 4x on both sides. And then subtract 4 on both sides. Then the left side is now 0. Just copy x cubed. 6x squared minus x squared. So we have positive 5x squared. 12 minus 4, we have positive 8x. 8 minus 4, we have positive 4. Now we can use the rational zero theorem. The rational zero theorem, factors of 4. So we have plus or minus 1, 2, and 4. So the possible zeros are plus or minus 1, 2, and 4. But look on the choices. 3 of the choices has negative 2. Also, 3 of the choices has negative 1. So let's try negative 1 and negative 2. Okay? So let's try negative 1 first using the synthetic division. So we have, just write the coefficient, 1x cubed, and then we have 5x squared, so 5. Then we have 8, and then 4. Then synthetic divisor of negative 1. Okay? Just bring down 1, multiply, so we have negative 1, add, we have 4, multiply, so we have negative 4, add, so we have 4. 4 times negative 1 is equal to negative 4. Okay, so we have 0 remainder. That means negative 1 is a solution. But we need to verify first. We have negative 1. We need to substitute that in the original radical equation. Okay? So 1 is a solution, could be a solution, and then let's try to solve the other one. So put back the exponent or put back the variable. So we have x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 0. As you can see, this is a perfect square trinomial because the middle term is equal to the twice the product of the square root of 4 and then square root of x squared. Okay? Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of x squared is x. When we multiply this, we have 2x and then times 2, we have 4x. Okay? So therefore, this is a perfect square trinomial. This can be written as x plus 2 squared equals 0. Extract the square root of both sides. So therefore, we have x plus 2 equals 0. And therefore, x, subtract 2 to both sides, x equals negative 2. So we have two values of x, negative 1 and negative 2, but we need to verify if it will satisfy the original equation. Okay, so let's substitute negative 1 and negative 2. So let's erase this. Let's substitute negative 1 first. So negative 1, so we have cube root of, this will be negative 1 squared plus 4 times negative 1 plus 4 equals negative 1 plus 2. So the right side, negative 1 plus 2, that is equal to 1. Okay, so let's simplify this. So we have positive 4, or we have negative 4 here, 4 times negative 1. So we have negative 4 plus 4. Negative 4 plus 4, this will cancel out. Okay? And then negative 1 squared, that is equal to positive 1. And then cube root of 1 is 1. So therefore, negative 1 is a solution. So negative 1 is a solution. Okay? Let's try negative 2. Okay, so let's try negative 2. Substitute negative 2. So we have negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 2 and then plus 4 equals negative 2 plus 2. So the left side, the right side is negative 2 plus 2. This should be 0. Okay, so let's simplify this. Negative 2 squared, so that is positive 4. 4 times negative 2, that is negative 8. And then plus 4. Okay, combine 4 plus 4, that is equal to 8. 8 minus 8, that is 0. Cube root of 0 is 0. So therefore, negative 2 is also a solution. So we have two solutions that satisfy this radical equation, negative 1 and negative 2. The correct answer is letter D, negative 1 and negative 2. Okay, so that's all. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. So if this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, GTR Math Tutorial. If you have math question, just send me a private message on my messenger, RJ Enseñado. So good luck sa lahat na nagre-review para sa college entrance test. Bye-bye and God bless.